Hello, hello, welcome to all the students. I am Captain Rail Sanjeev. Welcome to online classes from Department of Chemistry, Government Degree College, Pettapalli. Today we are going to discuss about other chemical properties of amines. In this topic, first we are going to discuss about carbylamine reaction. It is very important reaction, carbylamine reaction. Generally aliphatic and aromatic. Aliphatic normal chain and cyclic primary amines on heating with the chloroform. Only primary amines are involving in this reaction. It may be aromatic or aliphatic. On heating with the chloroform and ethanolic potassium hydroxide form isocyanides, or it is also called as carbylamines. Carbylamine, it is a IUPAC name for isocyanide. These isocyanides or carbylamines are formed in this reaction, which are foul smelling substances. These isocyanides, fuel foul smelling substances. Uh, Aliphatic amines or aromatic primary amines, especially primary amines on reaction with the chloroform and potassium hydroxide. You will get isocyanides. This is the uh, carbylamine reaction. If secondary or tertiary amines do not participate in this type of reaction, secondary and tertiary. This reaction is known as carbylamine reaction or isocyanide test and is used as the test for primary amines. This test, isocyanide test, it is a identification test for primary amines. It is a identification test for primary amines. Primary amines on reaction with chloroform and potassium hydroxide gives a different smell, foil smell, uh, that indicates the given compound. It may be primary amine. This is the identification, a type of identification reaction for primary amines. Now let us go to reaction part. This is the uh, actual reaction part. Primary amine RNH2 primary amine on reaction with the CHCl3 chloroform, and here we are using 3 moles of potassium hydroxide on heating to forms alkyl isocyanide, NC isocyanide. If it is CN, that is called cyanide, alkyl cyanide. Here NC, this compound is NC, alkyl isocyanide. These are the byproducts. 3 moles of potassium chloride and 3 moles of water is obtained in this reaction. Here RNH2 primary amines we are using. Instead of this RNH2, we can also write R is equal to, for example, CH3 or C2H5. It is a aliphatic primary amine. For example, CH3 will get a CH3 methyl isocyanide, methyl carbylamine. will get as a product. If it is aromatic ring or is equal AR, aromatic ring, in that case it is named as aniline. Aniline on reaction with these reagents will get a aniline benzene ring, benzene isocyanide will get as a product. This is about carbylamine reaction or isocyanide test. It is used for identification of primary amines. Okay, is it clear? This is about isocyanide reaction. Now let us go to another type of chemical property, reaction with nitrous acid. Nitrous acid, its formula is HNO2. Nitrous acid, reaction with the nitrous acid. What happened in the reaction? We will observe the reaction part. Three classes of amines react differently with the nitrous acid, which is prepared in situ from a mineral acid or sodium nitrite. Here, three types of amines, I mean primary, secondary, tertiary, undergoes in a different manner with the nitrous acid. Different, it undergoes different time. Here, please observe, if the primary amine here RNH2 on reaction with the nitrous acid, here HNO2 we can represent, or in another way sodium nitrite plus HCl will get a nitrous acid. It produces nitrous acid HNO2. That nitrous acid is a active species undergoes in this step. Here uh, to form a diazonium salt, here Rn2 plus Cl minus, to form a aliphatic diazonium salt, but it is very unstable compound. This diazonium salt on hydrolysis, presence of water, it turns ROH, alcohols. It turns that diazonium salt is a unstable compound. This compound immediately turned as a alcohols ROH. In this reaction, it releases nitrogen gas. In uh, primary amines undergoes reaction with the nitrous acid. It produces alcohols and releases nitrogen gas. But when we go to secondary amines here we did not represented that particular reaction, but please observe my explanation part. When we go to secondary amine on reaction with the same HNO2, in that case it gives N-nitrosoamine. N-nitrosoamine. N-nitrosoamine, it is a yellow color substance. It is a yellow color substance. It is insoluble in water. It is easily soluble in ether solvent. When we get from secondary amine, that product N-nitrosoamine easily soluble in ether solvent. Is it clear? Ether solvent. When we go to tertiary amine, tertiary amine on reaction with the same nitrous acid HNO2 or sodium nitrite plus hydrochloric acid mixture we are using. In this case, from tertiary amine, we are getting uh, tertiary amine nitrous acid salt mixture R3N plus and HNO2 minus. Salt, it is just like a positive negative charged species. This compound, this salt mixture, it is a salt, positive negative charged ions are there because it is easily soluble in water. But what about in secondary product? It is insoluble in water, it is soluble in ether solvent. Due to all these reasons, all these different reactions can be used to distinguish the primary, secondary, and tertiary amines. All these three types of reactions are different. We are getting a different products based on that and solubility based on the solubility. uh, this reaction majorly used to distinguish the all these types of amines. Okay, now another uh, just now we discussed within the aliphatic chain, that primary, secondary, and tertiary. But all these aliphatic chain, when we compare with the aromatic amines, please observe, aromatic amines react with the nitrous acid at a low temperature to form diazonium salts. When we compare with the aliphatic diazonium salt, this formation of this aromatic diazonium salts are very stable. It gives various resonance structures. It exhibits various resonance structures because that the aromatic diazonium halide salts are very stable compared with the aliphatic diazonium salt. Aliphatic diazonium salt, there is no possibility to formation of resonance structures because it is a unstable salt, but aromatic is stable salt. Here please observe, this is the aniline on reaction with the sodium nitrite and HCl. Here also produces HNO2 nitrous acid involves in this reaction. Here we are getting benzene, diazonium, benzene. It is a C6H5 benzene ring, benzene, diazonium chloride, and sodium chloride and water molecule as a byproducts. The complex formed when phenyl react with the amine group is called benzene diazonium chloride. Is it clear? This benzene diazonium chloride is very stable compound. Stable compound. Is it clear, all of you? This is the reaction with the nitrous acid. It is used for distinguish the primary, secondary, tertiary amines. Okay, this reaction. Next, we'll go to another type of reaction. A reaction with the aryl sulfonyl chloride, or it is also called as benzene sulfonyl chloride. Benzene sulfonyl chloride reaction with benzene sulfonyl chloride, which is also known as Hinsberg reagent. Hinsberg reagent. Yeah, this is the Hinsberg separation method. All these primary, secondary, tertiary amines separation process based on this particular reagent. With the use of this particular Hinsberg reagent, we can separate the primary, secondary, tertiary amines. Okay, this is very important reaction, Hinsberg separation process. In this process, here we are using Hinsberg reagent. Hinsberg reagent is the chemical formula is C6H5SO2 Cl benzene sulfonyl chloride. Uh, it is react with the primary and secondary amines to form sulfonamides. This benzene sulfonyl chloride does not react with the tertiary amines. Only it's react with the primary and secondary amines to forms sulfonamides. To forms sulfonamides. Okay. Now, how the reaction takes place, please observe. Here, the reaction of benzene sulfonyl chloride with primary amines, with the primary amines to yields N-ethyl or N-alkyl benzene sulfonyl amide. Benzene sulfonamide, we can tell. Benzene sulfonamide. Here, please observe. Please observe the reaction. Benzene sulfonyl chloride. This is the Hinsberg reagent. Benzene sulfonyl chloride. This is the Hinsberg reagent. Hinsberg reagent on reaction with the primary amine, ethyl amine. Okay, ethyl amine. Here, what happened? Here, loss of HCl, H plus and Cl minus, loss of HCl to form a N on nitrogen atom, N-ethyl, N-ethyl. It may be alkyl. We can tell N-alkyl. Benzene sulfonamide. N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide. This compound is soluble in alkali. It is soluble in base. Why it is soluble in base? We will discuss. The hydrogen attached to nitrogen here in sulfonamide, which is the product here. In sulfonamide, the nitrogen atom attached to hydrogen attached to nitrogen in sulfonamide is strongly acidic due to the presence of strong electron withdrawing sulfonyl group. Here this sulfonyl group, it is a electron withdrawing group, not releasing, electron withdrawing group. Due to that reason, the attachment of that particular nitrogen atom is attached to sulfonyl group, that is a electron withdrawing group attached to nitrogen. In that case, the NH bond is very weak. It gets very weak. In that case, breakage of NH bond is very easily. Hence, it is soluble in alkali. It is a strongly acidic compound. Strongly acidic compound. Is it clear? This is about primary product. This is about primary product. When we go to secondary side, please observe. Secondary. In the reaction with the secondary amine, secondary amine N diethyl benzene sulfonamide is formed. Here please observe. This is the benzene sulfonyl chloride Hinsberg reagent. This particular Hinsberg reagent on reaction with the secondary amine, two alkyl groups are present in this amine, secondary amine. Here also loss of HCl, loss of H plus and Cl minus, loss of HCl. We will get a same benzene sulfonamide, benzene sulfonamide, but here on nitrogen atom there is a two alkyl groups. Two alkyl groups are same because we are using diethyl. N comma N diethyl, N comma N diethyl benzene sulfonamide. This is the final compound from secondary amines. Secondary amine on reaction with the Hinsberg reagent. Okay. Here please observe, in secondary amine product N diethyl benzene sulfonamide, it does not contain any hydrogen on that particular product. Here there is no hydrogen atom. When we compare with the primary product there is a hydrogen atom because it acted as a acidic nature. Okay, here it does not acidic, there is no hydrogen atom on this particular product. N diethyl benzene sulfonamide does not contain any hydrogen atom attached to nitrogen atom because it is not acidic. It is not acidic and hence insoluble in alkali. Insoluble in alkali, this compound. The first primary amine, it is soluble in alkali. For example, when we are using sodium hydroxide base, it is easily soluble in sodium hydroxide base. Okay. Then we will go to tertiary side. Tertiary do not react with the benzene sulfonyl chloride. Here in tertiary what happen, three alkyl groups are present. Here ethyl, here another ethyl, tertiary, another ethyl group is also present. In that case there is no bond formation, there is no loss of HCl, there is no availability of hydrogen in tertiary, because that tertiary amines do not react with the benzene sulfonyl chloride. Is it clear? Next, this property of amines benzene amines reacting with the benzene sulfonyl chloride in a different manner, for example primary, secondary, tertiary. Primary, it is undergoes reaction with the benzene sulfonyl chloride giving a product, it is easily soluble in base. Okay, but and it is strongly acidic because it contains hydrogen atom. When we go to secondary side, there is no, in this product there is no hydrogen. Okay, there is no availability of hydrogen atom. A different manner are used for the distinction of primary, secondary, and tertiary amines, and also for the separation of mixture of amines. This process, this process is used for the separation of mixture of amines. Mixture. In a mixture, primary, secondary, tertiary amines are there. In that case, we can separate easily with the use of this particular Hinsberg reagent. Here, in the first stage, once again I will tell clearly. In the first stage, we are using to the mixture of amines. Mixture means primary, secondary, tertiary containing a mixture. Just we are adding benzene sulfonyl chloride. Benzene sulfonyl chloride. In that case, it gives for primary undergoes and the reaction with benzene sulfonyl chloride and gives N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide, and uh, it it dissolves in base. In base, it gives salt of benzene sulfonamide. It is soluble in water. It is soluble in water, but secondary amines on reaction with the same benzene sulfonyl chloride, it gives N dialkyl benzene sulfonamide. That particular N dialkyl benzene sulfonamide, it does not soluble in water. It is easily soluble in ether solvent, and it is not reactive with the base. Then what about tertiary? In the first stage, it does not react with the benzene sulfonamide because the tertiary amine easily soluble in ether only. In this mixture, when we add ether solvent, it gives a two layers. It forms a two layers. One is aqueous layer and another one is ether layer. In aqueous layer, generally it contains primary amines product. What is that? N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide. N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide present in aqueous layer, and from aqueous layer we can separate easily with the separating funnel. We can separate this aqueous layer and ether layer. From aqueous layer, uh, on reaction, that particular aqueous layer on reaction with the dilute HCl and concentrate HCl, and add some amount of sodium hydroxide base, alkali base. In that case, uh, from this N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide, we will get a primary amine, pure primary amine, and benzene sulfonic acid. Benzene sulfonic acid compound. Is it clear? Then another type of another layer, ether layer. In ether layer, there is two compounds, secondary amine product, that is N comma N di alkyl benzene sulfonamide, and that particular unreacted tertiary amine. Both the compounds are present in the ether layer. Just distillate from distillation process, we can collect the tertiary amines directly. Tertiary amines directly, but uh, the secondary amines converted as N dialkyl benzene sulfonamide. That particular product on reaction with the same diluted Cl and sodium hydroxide base, we can collect easily same pure secondary amine, and the byproduct is benzene sulfonic acid. Benzene sulfonic acid. Is it clear? Is it clear? This reaction, this uh, based on this property, amines reacting with benzene sulfonyl chloride in a different manner. It is used for the distinction of primary, secondary, and tertiary amines, and also for the separation of mixture of amines. This Hinsberg process, it is used for the separation of mixture of amines. Is it clear, all of you? The next reaction in this short time, we cannot cover this electrophilic reaction, but just we'll discuss the introduction part of this particular reaction. Electrophilic reaction. Here please observe ortho and para positions. When we go to aniline, this NH2 functional group, amine, adjacent carbon, this side carbon, this side carbon. These two positions are ortho positions. Ortho positions. And this particular amine group, opposite side, opposite, completely opposite this particular place is called para position. Okay, ortho and para positions to the amine group become centers of high electron density. High electron density. On this particular aniline, these two ortho positions and para position, these three places are high electron density places. How these places are high electron density, we have already observed in the uh, contributing resonance structures in the earlier class. Just please remember that, recollect that. Here the pair of electron on nitrogen, unshared pair of electrons undergoes in the conjugation with the aromatic ring. Is it clear? Undergoes conjugation process, here form a double bond, this pi bond shifted to this side. In that case, the ortho place gets negative from those different contributing structures. Please observe once again in those structures. In the last class we studied that contributing structures from aromatic ring, aromatic aniline, Aromatic amines, ortho, both the ortho places and the para place is high electron density places. Those places easily uh, attacks electrophile. Okay, thus amine group is ortho and para directing and powerful activating group. Activating group. Okay, here please observe uh, the suitable example for this electrophilic reaction. Bromination reaction. Here, bromination reaction. In the bromination reaction, please observe, aniline reacts with the uh, bromine water at room temperature to give white precipitate of 2,4,6 tribromo aniline. 2,4,6 tribromo aniline. Is it clear? Here please observe aniline on reaction with the bromine, 3 moles of bromine water. Here both the ortho places and para position attack of bromine. Clear? 3 moles of HBr is also formed in this reaction. This compound is named as 2,4,6 tribromo aniline. Is it clear? Ortho and para directing group. This NH2 group is generally called as ortho and para directing group. Okay. During the electrophilic substitution reactions of aromatic amines is that of their very high reactivity, substitution tends to occur at ortho and para positions. Just now we discussed. This can be done by protecting group NH2 group by acetylation with the acetic anhydride. They can carrying out desired substitution followed by hydrolysis of substitution amide to the substituted amine. Here, here aniline on reaction with the acetic anhydride AC2O in presence of pyridine. Here that acetyl group attacks on nitrogen, N-phenyl ethanamide, acetonilide. In this case, here on reaction with the bromine acetic acid, that particular bromine attacks on para position only. These two ortho positions are blocked. The major product is para position only. Is it clear? For bromoaniline, para position only. What is the reason? Please observe. The lone pair of electrons on nitrogen here, when attack of this particular acyl group to nitrogen, attachment, the lone pair of electrons on nitrogen of acetonilide, this is the acetonylide functional group. On benzene ring, acetonylide interacts with the oxygen atom due to resonance as shown below. Here, that pair of electron generally in normal aniline, that pair of electrons are participating in the conjugation process. It gives different resonance structures. But here pair of electrons interacting with the oxygen, that acetonylide acetyl group oxygen due in the formation of resonance. Here nitrogen gets positive to form a new pi bond, oxygen gets negative. Okay. Ah. Hence the lone pair of electrons on nitrogen is less available for donation to benzene ring by resonance. Therefore, activating effect of acetonylide group is less than that of amine group. This is the reason. When we use acetonylide, these two orthoplaces are uh, not form high electron density places. What is the reason? Means that pair of electrons are interact with that acetyl oxygen to form a resonance structure. Due to that reason, that acetyl group nitrogen pair of electrons less available for the conjugation of benzene ring. This is about but in normal condition, when we are not using acetic anhydride or normal halogenation process. Generally we are getting three pluses, electrophile attacks on three places. When we use this um, acetyl chloride or acetic anhydride, these two ortho places are blocked. Only para position is available to attack of electrophile. In this case, we are getting para bromoacetonylide or 4-bromoacetonylide is the major product in this halogenation process. Is it clear, all of you? Is it clear? This is about some of the chemical properties of amines. Uh, all the students will meet tomorrow at the same time. Thank you one and all.